Okay, happy Saturday, December 27th. Here we are at 7615 Verona Drive, 46806, Fort Wayne, Indiana. This house belongs to a friend of mine and his wife. Her mother owned this house and lived here for a number of years, and she is moving in with them now. So it's a little dated. It has some topside potential. It kind of checks all the boxes of what we had thought was interesting about the last property which sold last night, so I wanted to come over here, reconnect with them, and get you the scoop as soon as I could. They're not here yet, so I don't have access to the inside, so I'm going to start outside and get some exterior stuff taken care of. So let's get to work. Okay, here is the house itself. And as we did before, we'll kind of pan the neighborhood. I don't have stats in front of me, so I'm going to ballpark stuff, but this is a cute little neighborhood. I believe these houses were built in the mid to late 60s. This is a upgrade from the last neighborhood we were in. I grew up in a neighborhood similar to this on another side of town. So it's nice out here. You're approaching, getting out into the country. You're outside of the scope of this zip code, which anyone would have considered problematic from a crime standpoint or economic depression standpoint. So this is a nice little rural area. There's beautiful new construction outside of this neighborhood right across the street where they're building $300,000 and $400,000 homes. So gives you an idea. It's nice and cozy. I'd be happy to own or rent back here. This house does have trees on the property, and they're all in good shape. So they're all live. I think the last I was here, I determined that there might be a couple things that could use a minor trim, but I wouldn't estimate any kind of a budget for trees here. They're just an added bonus, particularly the big shade one in the back there. So we'll just do a walk around and get a general idea of condition. It's been several weeks since I've talked with them. Distractions of the holidays and getting mom moved around, so some of the ages of things I don't recall exactly. I believe we have an estimated age on the roof. I want to say maybe like 12 years or so. So I can see a little mossy growth up there. That's just something I'd have treated. Have somebody kind of come out and power wash the place. Again, we were going to prepare ourselves for a traditional sale on this. They would probably prefer to sell everything as is and leave some things behind, just as the last owners had stated, but it's going to be a much more manageable and beneficial situation for all parties involved, because this place is not dilapidated with tons of maintenance that's not been addressed, and plus there's just trash and junk everywhere at the last one, and whatever you find here is going to be more like tools that grandpa left behind in grandma's garage. So this can be the north side of the house, north facing side. As you can see, you could use a little power washing, but yeah, it's just funk on vinyl siding, so that'll blow off just fine. The soffits look nice. The gutters look nice. You got gutter guards. Gable vent looks good. There's not a bunch of fluff clogging it up or evidence of penetration by animals. This one's on a slab. Great backyard. Nothing behind you but a cornfield. And here's your neighbor's yard. They got a fence and an outbuilding and a pergola out there in the center of the yard. Nice little 3-season room. So there'd certainly be room to add a 3-season room here if you so chose to do so. But as it stands now, it's a quaint little 3-bedroom. I believe it's 1.5 bath. So maybe a little shingle abnormality around the soffit there. Oh yeah, that's right, they have an attic vent on this one too. So that's going to be an attic vent fan. And then you've got these ridge box vents here that keep the whole system breathing correctly. Engineer would tell you want the inside of your attic to be about the same temperature it is outside so that things aren't stressed on opposite sides with different heat loads or lack thereof. But as you can already see from the outside, this one's a lot more straightforward. What you see is what you get, and you don't get a yard full of trash on this one. Property boundaries are pretty obvious here just from the mow patterns and from the plat map, which is going to be available with the city. Wouldn't see any need for a survey or something of that nature in a residential home like this. So, but you got double hung windows all the way around, and all the casings are wrapped in sheet metal. Kind of get you better. So that's what they all look like, which is nice. I sometimes use the term grandma-licious with these sort of little treats that you get found in these estate moments where you just have a nice little gem that's dated but was nicely maintained over time. You can maybe see the gutter guards up there too. Just all the trappings of a cute little house that was well taken care of in its day. So ready for its next owner. And there's a few updates that could be done inside, and we'll get to those once I've got access. So in the meantime, thanks for riding along, and we'll be right back.